Hey, good evening. This is Christy Mattoon from Rewire and my little baby Taz. Say hi, Taz. Taz, my baby. I just wanted to get on today because I've had conversations with quite a few people about protocols and all of the things that we do. And I mean, at my age, I've been through the ringer as far as life goes and as far as searching and the protocols go. And all the different things that we look for. You know, what are you looking for? What is it you want to do? What is it you want to experience? What is it you want to try? There's a protocol out there for all of it. You just have to search around and find what works for you, which is like one of the most important keys. You know, wherever you're at in your level of consciousness is where some of this stuff will work or apply, or however you want to look at that. And I have a number of people around me that are really searching, really searching. And it's cool to watch, because when you find something that you think is going to take you to a different level, right? It's all of the stuff out there that you're like, oh, and then you can't afford it, right? And so that's like one of the biggest frustrations, I think, of some of these things is the cost of it, obviously. And you're paying for healers' time, and you're paying for instructors' time, and you're paying for the sites that we host all of this stuff on. And so I totally get that. And it can be very frustrating if you are in a position where you can't afford it. And so I would say to some of you, that's why I made microdose courses, which are on my website, and they're only $77 a piece. Go check those out. And they range everything from brain coherence to heart coherence to turn on your pineal gland. I think there's even one in there for deep state unprogramming. I forget what I called it, but it's something like that. So, but it's about, you know, taking care of the programs that we were all brought up with, and all of the, you know, from big pharma to government to just the regular programming of your life, and a way that you can start to navigate that relatively easily. So, but it's all of them are about heart coherence. At the end of the day, you have to be coherent with yourself. And if you understand heart coherence, what you're doing is you're aligning your heart, you're aligning your mind, you're turning your brain back on so it understands what your heart is doing, what your heart is feeling. And when you understand that your heart is the center of feeling, and it comes with information from outside of this known world, from outside of your local understandings. That's the biggest part of heart coherence in my head, is we get you in touch with your spirit. There's no stopping you, right? Think about this for a second. And so as you're searching and hunting for a new protocol, that's one of our noisy neighbors, searching for a new protocol, search, like go and do it in heart coherence. You'll get there quicker. Heart coherence enhances everything, and you will find out shortly that you don't need a lot of the stuff you thought you needed, because heart coherence does all of that. And it's the state of being heart coherent. It is the understanding, when you come in contact with your own spirit, that you are that part of you. It's not something separate from you. It is who you are. And in that moment, understanding that part of you, that energy inside of you, that piece that really drives this boat, drives this life, once you realize it and start talking to it and open up to it, all of a sudden all that other stuff is just like, right? It's all the stuff we try to do outside of us, when all the time it was right inside of us. And in connection to your spirit, that's where it all soars. That's where it all takes off. But I did my searching, so I get it. I had to, right? I had to do the same thing until I finally figured out it was my spirit inside of me that had all the answers. And here's what I would say to you. If you're the searcher, right? If you're the one searching for this place, if you're searching for whatever it is, and you understand heart coherence, get coherent first, and then ask inside your heart, do I need this protocol? Ask when you get inside your heart, do I need to read this book? My friend does this all the time. We'll get a book and we'll be both looking at the book, and she's like, what do you think? And I'm like, did you ask? And she goes, Well, it's got good information in it. And she asks how much percent of the book is actually truth. What percent of the book is actually truth? And she'll get a percentage and decide on that percentage based on that whether or not it's worth reading. Your spirit knows. Your spirit has answers that you will not get by doing all this other stuff that you think you have to do because it's what they say you have to do. The spirit part of you carries you further, farther, faster, right? In every regard. And when you understand your spirit, and people are always about the manifestation stuff, right? If you are heart coherent, manifestation is a no-brainer. Literally. That tickled me. Manifestation is a no-brainer because you're in your heart with your spirit, direct line to consciousness, direct line to God. You really don't need this part for that. Just don't, right? It's when we're sitting there arduously churning and thinking and trying to keep all of this awareness on the thing that we're trying to obtain, right? The other thing I've noticed with people who get heart coherent and truly get it, truly stay in contact, or cahoots as I call it, you stay in cahoots with your spirit, all of a sudden you don't want as much as you thought you wanted. All the junk that you think you need, all the things that we buy and the things that we think we want, all of a sudden aren't so necessary. And that's super interesting to me. And, you know, all the things that we're working so hard on and, I gotta get this done, all of a sudden you're just like, because you get this level of peace. And in scripture and ancient text, it's called the peace that passes all understanding. And that level of peace will take you into places and into spaces and into, I don't know, a place inside yourself where you can watch stuff going on around you and just be like, all right, I don't have to be manipulated emotionally anymore. Before, it was almost like I had to. I was trained to live that way. I was trained to be that way. I don't have to do that anymore. And in this peace, in this level of peace, you will start to all of a sudden reach higher and start to enjoy levels of joy and levels of consciousness even beyond that, where, I don't know, it gets super interesting. So I just keep this one short. I don't want to harp on this too hard. Search, do your searching, do your finding, do your work, do the churning that we all tend to. It's part of the programming. I'm telling you, the churning is part of the programming. Once you recognize your own spirit, once you get into that state of being where the attributes of God you recognize as the attributes of your spirit, which means they're your attributes. That's who you are. It's not something you have to go do. You just have to find a way to get there. In that place, manifestation is super easy. Relationships are super easy because I'm no longer emotionally attached. I'm here because I want to be, not because I have an emotional issue or attachment to something or somebody or whatever the issue is. So does that make sense? I hope that's helpful. My name is Christy Mattoon. If you're interested in those micro-dose courses, I call them micro-dose courses, they're short courses. And they pack their punch, I'm telling you. Are $77 a piece. There's 3 or 4 of them on there. There's 3 or 4 of them on there. I'm about to do another one on the will, and I'm actually about to start another big course that's going to go for an extended period of time that will be weekly engagement plus teaching plus a lot of different understandings. And it's for a very small amount of people because I want to take you the farthest, the fastest we can possibly get to get you to a place where you can be in this level of peace before the elections. So if you're interested in that, type below, put something below that you're interested in this extended course. Call it an extended course. I'll know what you're talking about. All right. If you just want those micro courses, they're $77 a piece. Go in there and I would start with the heart coherence one. Brain coherence can come first. It's probably the easiest place to start, but if you've already done a lot of this work, start with the heart coherence one and then just move from there because it covers all the rest. Okay, I'm giving you a little clue here. It covers all the rest and it's super simple. All right, well, it's getting darker and darker out here. I bless you. I want to thank you for watching my channel. If you have the opportunity to share my videos, I always greatly appreciate that, and I want to thank you for that too. And we'll be talking to you again soon. All right, bye-bye.